Welcome to another Fimble Maker and Innovation Lab tutorial.
In today's tutorial, we'll be going over the laser cutter. This tutorial assumes that your Adobe Illustrator file is ready to go.
If you need assistance making your file for the laser cutter, set up an appointment with us on Pathways.
Or take a look at our tutorial, Adobe Illustrator Basics for Laser Cutting. The laser cutter is exactly what it sounds like. It's a piece of equipment that uses laser to cut through a variety of materials, including paper, felt, other types of fabrics, acrylic, some other plastics, and wood, such as plywood. To get started, we will hit the on switch located at the bottom right of the laser cutter. You will see the display panel begin to flash as the laser cutter begins to set itself up in its starting position. Now we can head to the PC and send our file to the laser cutter. Before we send our file to the laser cutter, we want to make sure that everything looks correct. Take a look and make sure that all of our cutting lines are set to the stroke of 0.025. Then we'll head to File, Print, make sure that our correct epilogue laser cutter is selected, Setup, and then Preferences. Here is where we can indicate the settings of our laser cutter depending on the material we're using. Raster settings are for engraving, while vector settings are for cutting. You can find material settings in the epilogue manual or take a look at our material keys. We have one for the 120 watt and the 60 watt. We'll be using the 60 watt laser cutter. Because we are only cutting in our project, we will set our job type to vector. The raster/engraving settings will be grayed out. We set our laser speed to 4, our power to 100, and our frequency to 10 as seen on our material keys. We hit OK, Print, and Print. This sends our job to the laser cutter. With that, we can now grab our purchased material or grab material from the material rack. Pop the hood of the laser cutter up and place the material in the upper left-hand corner as much as possible. Next, we will need to focus the material to our laser cutter head. Grab the focusing tool and place it on the 2 screws on the laser cutter head. On the display panel, hit the down arrow once. This will bring you to the focus settings. Pushing down on the joystick will cause the laser cutter bed to lower. Pushing up will cause it to rise. Raise the bed until the material touches the focusing tool. Then remove the focusing tool from the bed and close the hood of the laser cutter. Hit Reset to bring the display panel back to job. Last, we will need to turn on our air compressor. The top valve is for the 120 watt laser cutter and the bottom is for the 60 watt laser cutter. Turn the valve to the right. This will send air to the desired laser cutter. Once your correct settings are entered, your machine is focused, and the air compressor is turned on, you can now hit Go. And there you have it! Once your project is complete, remove all materials from the machine, close the hood of the laser cutter, turn off the laser cutter, and switch off the air compressor. We hope that you enjoyed this tutorial.
For any questions, please email us at fimblelab@mountholyoke.edu.